Hello, welcome to Eledh Psychic at the Premonition Lab. Thanks for joining me. Now today, I'm actually doing this on the 22nd of February. I'm going to do an unplanned reading just to see what Spirit comes up with today rather than plan anything. So let's see what happens. So perhaps we can begin now. If I sit quietly for a moment, please. Where would you like me to start? Okay, so there are some fires. There are some big fires. Oh dear, they're terrible fires. It's like the whole of the land is burning down to its core. It's a huge fire. Where is this fire? Is it? Oh yeah, it's America. I get America for these fires. There could be multiple, but they are coming. So when are they coming this year? Yes, in March. In March, May, and June, I get. There'll be fires, big fires in America. So where is that? Is that in the north, the south, the east or the west? This feels like it's in the south of America. There's going to be some very big fires, and sadly people will lose their property, their animals. It's going to be devastating for a lot of people. Is there anything you can add? It'll be a scene of devastation. Will people's lives be lost? Yes, there'll be quite a lot of people who'll be killed, because it will come from nowhere really. And also I pick up a link with some oil. I can see an oil pump jack, you know, those big machines that pump, it's drilling oil. So that makes me think of Texas. So it could be something to do with that area. Thank you. We're going to move on now. I'm taken to Manchester, or certainly the northern area of the UK. There's going to be a leak. That's what I'm being told. Quite a serious leak, actually, of some kind, sort of pollution, some sort of pollution, which seems a bit odd. Something is going to get into the water system there, perhaps a bit like the oil did in Scotland. Yes, I pick up that it is going to get into the water system. It'll be very upsetting for the people locally. I think I'm on the east side of Manchester. If I'm looking straight at the map, I'm certainly over that side. It doesn't necessarily mean it is Manchester itself, of course. Thank you. Now I'm being taken to London. There's going to be a very big fire in London too, apparently. It's not in multi-story flats. I don't get that, but it is serious. And when I'm looking, I see the streets, and I see it's part shop and part apartments, perhaps 2-story, 3-story at the most. Thank you. I hope no one's hurt. I'm just being told that 3 people will be hurt, one particularly badly, sadly. I'm now being taken over to Ukraine and Russia. So I suppose what I would ask is Russia going to continue to bomb Ukraine over the next year? Actually, I get a 4. Of course, sadly, that could be 4 years. I believe there are more years to come of this terrible warfare and suffering. I get the feeling that it will begin to look better at the end of 3 years, but that by no means will it stop. I also pick up that Putin has absolutely no intention of stopping any of it. There's a sort of blind drive to win for him in his head, and his future seems to depend on it, or he thinks it does. So in which case he's going to keep fighting Ukraine. And he thinks Ukraine, I pick up, he thinks that Ukraine are on the back foot. Can I ask, are Ukraine on the back foot then? I'm told, to be fair, having Trump, who really changes his mind all the time, as often as the wind, is very difficult for Zelensky, who is already in a tight corner. He's fighting for his country and his people. I'm shown a picture of Zelensky who feels that he's shouting for help, but that nobody is answering. That's what I get. I also get that he's going to need more help from America, but that he won't get it yet. He will get it then. Oh yes, he'll get it. He's going to get some bombers. I'm sorry, I don't know. Bombers, what does that mean? Something bigger? I'm shown some aircraft, but whether that's actually something that is given, or if it's, I suppose it could be an indication that there is more and bigger weaponry or help to come. Is there more weaponry? Yes. I'm told yes. It's what Zelensky wants then? Yes, it is actually. So can I ask, is this going to come from Trump? Will this come from Trump, or perhaps will it come from Europe? Actually, I think it's going to come from Europe, and that unfortunately that's a bit of a negative. And that's because there's going to be other trouble I'm picking up. Okay, well, let's have a look and see. So is this to do with Russia, or a problem with another country as well as Ukraine? Yes, that's a big negative. So are you saying that it's not only about Ukraine under fire? It's another European country that's going to come under fire? Yes, that's what I'm picking up. Is that country that's going to come under attack close to Ukraine? Near Ukraine? What can you tell me? Where is this? Is this other country that's going to be attacked on the north or south, east or west of Ukraine? Is it north? Actually, I pick up west as significant for this country that will become embroiled in problems with Russia. Just to check, you are talking about Russia? Yes. Yes, and it's a really big negative. I'm sorry to say that this is quite bad. I don't want to obviously upset anybody, but obviously Russia is going to turn on another European country, and that will impact the West, because it's going to be quite a sudden thing. Sudden, yes, hang on, I can see that I'm being shown buildings that are ablaze. These buildings, they're not offices. These are people's homes. So am I seeing more warfare that's not in Britain? No, it's not in Britain. It's in Europe then. Is it in Europe? is this going to be attacked by Russia in Europe? Yes, it is. It's not a big country. I pick up, it's not big on the map compared to others, but it's going to be attacked. I get a B that comes up, so that could be relevant in terms of a city or of the country. So just to clarify, because this is quite important, this isn't Germany, because I picked Germany up. There's something to do with Germany here, and Russia's involved in some sort of major way with Germany. You know, there's something going on here. Now, I'm not sure, but it feels like it's because Germany is representing the protection of Europe, like in the UN or something like that, for example. So can I ask, is Russia going to bomb Germany at some point? Is that possible? No, it's not bombing Germany. Russia is not going to bomb Germany or any German territory, but it's close. I'm sorry, I don't know where this is. I'm trying to pick that up, but I can't tell you where it is. But I'm shown people running from the devastation where fighter jets have come over and just dropped bombs. I mean, it's extraordinary. These are people, these are women, young women that are running. It's as if bombers or aircraft have come over and dropped bombs. So why have they done this? Why has Russia done this? No, I don't know why Russia's done this. To be fair, I don't know. I'm sorry. Do you know? Can I ask, please? Can you tell me why Russia's done this? Is it because they want the territory that's beside Russia, the country near to Russia? Is it that? Yes, I think that's what it is. It's about territory. I think that they want the territory, so they've bombed this country as well as Ukraine. Is it in Europe, this country, that they're going to attack in addition to Ukraine? Yes. I pick up that it is, but it's not tightly in with Europe. It's sort of on the edges of the European agreement. Now, I don't know what that is. I'm not specialised in that, but perhaps somebody will understand and perhaps understand what that's about. Okay, thank you. Now, I'm being moved on to the UK. And transport. I see more problems with transport services in the UK this year. I am told about a derailment in the north of the country. So extraordinarily, I'm told that there won't be too many people injured. I'm given the number 3. Can you tell me where that will be, please? Can you give me an indication? I get as if Sheffield comes to mind, or in that region, and that's going to be in a time frame, although I'm not always very good at time frames, I have to admit. It seems to be in the second part of the year, so the second 6 months of this year, sort of October time. That seems to come up. Right, thank you very much. So, UK politics is coming up. I'm told that there are going to be another 3 people leaving different parties to go to reform. Yes. 3 different people. Are they male or female? I get the feeling it could be more female. I certainly see 3 females moving to reform. And can you tell me where they come from? Will it be from a particular party? No, I think it will cut. 2 will be from one party and 1 will be from another. And will that help bolster the Reform Party? Yes. And will the Reform Party get in the next election? They'll get through. I picked that up. And they're going to do well because people are so weary of Labour. So what's Labour's attitude? So what's Labour's attitude after the next election? Well, I just get that they're going to be very reluctant to admit to any part they played in getting things wrong. They'll lick their wounds, but they'll say it wasn't their fault, that it was the Conservatives that left them with all the trouble. So it's not really their fault. They're not willing to take responsibility, which is perhaps why they've been ousted. So Keir Starmer, will he still be in after the May elections? Will he remain for a little while? I think he will. He'll hang on. Thank you. Right. Now, I've got Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. This is coming through. I get the fact he's going to become very vulnerable with his mental health. And I also get a 4. I think he actually, I know that he's nobody's favourite at the moment, but I think he'll need keeping an eye on for his own safety. I see the interior of a sitting room in a cottage, a sort of cottage style room, and I can see him sitting on a sofa, and I think that this image is very relevant and concerning. I moved on to Sarah Ferguson. I see that sometime on, at some years on, her daughters will support her, one of her daughters will support her overseas and away from the public eye. I think that she's going to get some support from one of her daughters to move overseas at some point, a bit later on, a few years on from here. But although she'll be away from the public eye, it won't suit her. She won't be very happy there. And I don't think she'll be very well there either. I think she may need some support in case of, although I hesitate to say, some self-medicating in some way, as she'll find it so lonely and also so difficult. I pick up that it might be Beatrice that will help her, although I have to say with siblings it can be difficult to tell. I do also get a number 6 as relevant. I don't actually think she would do well if anything did happen to Andrew. I think she'd find it very, very difficult to keep going. Now, can we move on to King Charles and Andrew, please? Thank you. I just wondered, are we going to find out that King Charles knew more about Andrew's activities in the end? We will find out more, that's true. As for any kind of knowledge, I think King Charles may have wondered, I would pick that up, wondered about his wayward brother. But I don't feel he had any idea about the absolute depths of what he was up to. I really don't. No, I don't. I don't think he did know what his brother was up to. So, can I ask, did King Charles privately confront Andrew at any time? Oh, yes, he did. He confronted his brother about what he was doing. and said that his association was dangerous on many levels with Epstein. But Andrew, Andrew wasn't willing to listen or acknowledge this. No. I suppose you could say this isn't really unexpected for his personality, for a man who comes across as privileged and who always had his own way. So in a way he had nobody that controlled, or that he felt controlled, his life, even somebody who loved him and wanted the best for him. But I do think we're going to hear more about this at some point in the future. And I must say, it can't be doing King Charles any good at all. I mean, he's had quite a time with losing his mother, the Queen, fighting cancer, Kate having cancer, dealing with Harry, and this business with Andrew. I dare say there's a great deal more to come to light. Right, well, thank you, and thank you for watching. Bye, you take care.